Hello, travel friends. Welcome back. In this episode, we are going to share 5 hidden gems in Paris, France. And by hidden, if you go on TripAdvisor and you're like things to do, I don't think any of these pop up in your top 20 or 30 things. So very hidden, very locally, and very, very cool. So let's start off with the first one.
All right, so the first one is actually the rooftop of Galeries Lafayette. So it's the galleries that's across from the Opera House or Palace Grenier. This rooftop offers you a spectacular view of the Eiffel Tower. We went up to the top and had no idea that we were going to have this view. The view of the Eiffel is just unparalleled.
The Galeries Lafayette is a major indoor mall. A lot of people go there for souvenirs, designer goods anyway. So while you're there, just wander up to the rooftop and have a great view of Paris.
Yeah. Our second hidden gem is going to sound a little goofy because it is a specific Starbucks. Bear with me here. So you go in and the beginning just looks like a normal Starbucks. And then you go up like 4 stairs and it feels like you are in a palace. It's gorgeous.
We were, I think, in the neighborhood and she was like, yeah, let's go to this particular Starbucks. So I think we walked 10 minutes to this particular Starbucks. And I was like, okay.
I should have filmed his reaction.
I was like, what the heck? It was great.
So if you need a little caffeine jolt, pop in there, grab a coffee. We grabbed a hot drink, sat in there, enjoyed it. You can just look around. I mean, there's chandeliers in there. It's just beautiful. And people are, again, there's tourists there. There's locals that are working on their computers. So if you need a little break, it's a cute hidden gem, and be prepared to be baffled by the world's prettiest Starbucks.
Okay, our next local hidden gem is Canal Saint-Martin. I actually found this spot from listening to Rick Steves. He recommended this as like one of his like favorite places. And it was, I would say it's really, really cool.
It's super cute. It's so romantic. You're just walking along the canal. You've got wildlife in the water. And it makes just a stroll enjoyable. I think half the time we were eating our croissants while walking next to it.
By wildlife, she means like ducks.
Yeah.
nothing crazy. Okay, it's a canal.
No alligators.
Right. You see like people walking their dogs, biking, running, walking. I think during the weekends, there's actually a very large like farmers market there, and when I went my first time, I just like stumbled upon it. It was just great. I think it's and I bet like during like really good weather, it'll be like a really like poppin' place.
Yeah, there's benches as well to sit and enjoy.
It's just great.
But yeah, it's a good little nugget.
Yeah. All right, so our next hidden gem is des Panoramas.
Passage de Panoramas.
So this is like one of the oldest, I would say, covered passages, right? So basically, you just like go in and there's just like stores, and it's covered. It's just think about like stores along the street, but the street is covered, something like that. It was just us wandering around, and we're like, oh, what's that area?
It was covered and it was raining, so we popped in. And it is exactly what Jimmy's saying. If you imagine a skinny street with a lot of cute little shops with a roof over it. All right, you can do the final tip.
All right, our next hidden gem probably would not be that hidden to those of you guys who are really into cooking and cooking history, but it's going to be the shop de Hilarion. I'll put that somewhere there. And this is, I would say this is just like one of the most famous, if not the most famous, cookery shop in Paris. And supposedly this was Julia Child's go-to or favorite cookery store. And Julia Child's the famous French chef. So if you're into cooking, or if you need to buy gifts for someone who's really, really into cooking, this is a great place. It is at a higher price point than most of the other stores, I believe. But yeah, it's an iconic shop, and if you're, shopping for someone or shopping for yourself who like appreciates, you know, food culture, then yeah, I think it's a great option. Check it out. Okay.
Okay, we have one bonus hidden gem. So our final bonus hidden gem in Paris is going to be the Artist Square. Now, this again might be very similar to Julia Child's store, where if you're familiar with art and into art, you've probably heard of this square. It's in Montmartre. I had never heard of it. I had no idea. So it is such a cool square. This is a place that Jimmy goes. You've probably been there 20 times by now.
I try to go whenever I'm in the area,
Yeah.
just because, you might see like different artists, and obviously not all the artists will be there every day or every time you visit. It's always a good, generally very affordable option for anyone looking for art souvenirs.
Yeah. It's also really cool if you go, whether with your partner, with your kids, your family, they do portraits and it's
They're
just
great.
a vast variety
They're great.
of portrait types.
Yeah.
So you can do cartoonish, there's sketching, there's charcoal, color,
It's great.
paint, water paint. It's amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
all of these artists are just so good. So it's very fun to like Jimmy said, go if you're in the area. If you're in the area often, go a couple different times because you're going to always see something different. All right. Well, those are our 6 hidden gems in Paris. Let us know your thoughts. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe, and happy travels.